Um, I would like to talk about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I talked about the Les Mis. So this is like a um, second fiction that I read um, of his novel Victor Hugo. And the first time I saw the movie. And this is 1939 film, American film, I think. Charles Lawton and Maureen O'Hara portrayed the Esmeralda and Quasimodo. And this particular movie, when I saw it on TV, in Japanese TV, I was about maybe 10 or 11 years old, and that particular scene of the Maureen O'Hara was trying to see this Quasimodo, which is a completely disfigured person, and everybody kind of feared because he has a hunchback and kind of ugly face and everything. And that particular thing is kind of stuck in my mind, and I don't remember any other story, so I have to see the movie again because I like to see it. I read the book just recently, though, just 3 or 4 years ago. And I thought that was like the saddest fiction that I ever read. One of the saddest. I think the Test of D'Urberville by Thomas Hardy is also sad, but this is, I think, more profoundly sad. And so I had a mixed feeling about this particular fiction. Why it's become, Les Mis is so life-affirming and eventually very uplifting, and but the Notre Dame de Paris is like going deeper, sadder and sadder, and at the end with this very, very sad ending, and but still beautiful, and especially Esmeralda. Was so. When I saw the movie, Maureen O'Hara played Esmeralda, and Maureen O'Hara was in the movie kind of like a plump, like a little bit not overweight, but well curvaceous figures, and kind of a strong-minded the woman. And when I read the book, Esmeralda is more like a very thin, sinewy, but it's beautiful. Every man, in the Paris at the time, seeing her was, fall in love. And so I would say reading books, I think I myself visualize that Esmeralda is so like a fashion model, like today's fashion model, like very skinny and very, like nice figure, I would say. That's all I can say. Beautiful woman and girl, I would say, beautiful girl. And but story, more than anything else, is very sad, depressing, I would say. I don't know that's how much I could divulge the spoiler. I wouldn't say, even though I tell you what it is. I don't think that's spoilers because you kind of expect like a sad ending, and so it's okay to say a little bit. Like a 3 or 4 person possibly fall in love. The 4 person was depicted very well in this particular book. Captain Phobos, who is a captain of the, like a military type of person. Gringo is I think I would say, poet, and he observed all these things, and and Kazimoto is of course Hunchback, and Archdeacon Claude Floyo is another person, and there is this musical made in France, called Notre Dame de Paris, which came out probably 80-ish, 1990-ish. Well, I don't know around that time. I think those Phobos, Quasimodo, Florio sing this beautiful song called the Belle. Belle, la la la, di 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 di. I used to sing in French and I forgot all the lyrics in French. But anyway, whatever. Okay, so that's particular song called Belle is, you can see at YouTube's, lots of different versions of it available, and I think you fall in love with the song, and and when you see that particular song, the Esmeralda is, everybody's, love attentions there. And Pierre Gringo in that particular musical is like a narrator, and I think the book too kind of observing from the beginning what's happening in the narrators, and he also fell in love with the Esmeralda, but the relationship never goes anywhere. And anyway, so the saddest thing is that Quasimodo, which is, I would say, disfigured the body and the face and everything, very ugly face, and the people got kind of afraid of looking at him. But he has a very good mind, a very sane mind, but I think he is not stupid person. And trying to rescue Esmeralda. Esmeralda also was very nice to him, and even though she was afraid in the beginning, but the Esmeralda finally executed due to this, especially the Archdeacon Claude Floyo trying to execute her, and but she was executed, and but the body wasn't found anywhere. Long after her death, Quasimodo was also disappeared at that time, and but long after that particular execution, people noticed that when digging at some of the mass grave or something like that. So this hunchback and was hugging this tiny the girl's body, and that's when that Quasimodo took this executed Esmeralda and also tried to die himself too, and he died there. And there's lots of there's a lot of history in the book too. I think the main focus is this cathedral, Notre Dame de Paris. Particular cathedral was a main thing in the book, and I think Hugo. This book was written in the 1830s. I think the built in the Gothic era is probably 100 to 200. Oh, the 16th century or something. It was built, and such a gorgeous, beautiful structure. I think Hugo trying to appeal to the general public that that particular cathedral was somehow should be protected because of the historical value, or the image itself will become a symbol in Paris. And when I went to Paris, like 3 times I went there, I have to visit Notre Dame de Paris, and it's always stunning structure, beautiful structure. From the front or from the back. Front, you see the big thing. Oh, that particular thing, Notre Dame de Paris got into fire and destroys most of the structure behind it. But the particular big gate type of huge structure was, I think, remained there because it's made of stone or something. And but behind it, it's a beautiful structure of the cathedral was destroyed, and I think that was the most like a mind-numbing experience, that seeing the image of Notre Dame de Paris is on fire, and wow, that kind of a historical significance. Why it went into fire, and but many people thought so. But that's an incredibly unbelievable thing that it's just disappeared. So, well, I think in people in Paris, I think tried to rebuild that. I don't think it's going to be the same structure, same thing that they are rebuilding, but it's a different, I would say, maybe more fireproof, more sturdier structure probably, but still I think maintain this Gothic type of architecture. Anyway, so this particular story, I felt like, yeah, it is sad, but it is interesting, especially Quasimodo, just because he was born in deformity. That's why he was abandoned on the street in Paris, and this archdeacon saved him and tried to raise him as a good person. But I think Quasimodo himself didn't like archdeacon, and he's a smart person, I would say, but a little bit off maybe, because of his the mind is also a little bit not normal, I would say. And they made this particular musical thing, and Garou, the French, the Canadian actor, Canadian musical performer, he played this Quasimodo with a very, his voice is not a beautiful voice, but it's a little bit, you know, kind of not beautiful voice, but still he can sing well, yeah. He played Kazumoro, and those other two actors, and I name doesn't come to my mind, but the guy who played Florio is also Canadian singer and actor, I would say. And the guy who played Phobos is a French singer. He was, I think, in that particular musical, you can see at YouTube, kind of a very stunning voice, a very beautiful voice. I love that voice. And they sing to Belle. So, that particular image combined, and the Esmeralda's very, very sad, destiny or sad ending is, mind-numbing, and I would say I would not probably recommend to anyone who has a faint heart, because it's so sad. It's up there, very, very sad. And for that reason, I wouldn't recommend to anyone. But if you really like the beautiful story, I really want you to read the book and so see this particular musical in French, though, yeah, in French, and just see the beauty of the particular musical too. And they made, I think it's South Korea. Korean people are very cultural. Also, they also made their own language version of this particular musical. So, if you have a chance, please read the particular book by Victor Hugo. It's a very good book. Okay.